You guys gotta fill in the space. There's way too many people on the Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for coming. From my right, we have Chief Rich Kramer from the Hamilton Township Fire District, Lieutenant Jeff Martin, the Director of our Office of Emergency Management, Chief James Stevens, the Chief of our Police Department, Kathy Fitzgerald, the Director of our Health Department, Charles Chuddy Whalen, Councilman here in Hamilton Township, Sue Lombardo, Hamilton Township School District School Board President, Dr. Scott Rocco, Superintendent of the Hamilton School District, Dr. James Altabello, Director of Secondary Education, and Mark Marenko, our Assistant Business Administrator. So thank you everybody for coming on such short notice. We're certainly in uncharted territory here, dealing with a threat that's unique. It's a threat and an emergency situation that we cannot see, smell, or touch. But we're here today to show the residents of Hamilton that we're united, both the township and the school district, in how we're responding to this ever fluid and ever changing situation here. So let me start with where we are presently. As of 3 o'clock today, we still do not have any presumptive positive cases in Hamilton Township. Obviously, there are several presumptive positive cases in Mercer County, but as of 3 o'clock today, there are no presumptive positive cases in Hamilton. We are in constant communication with our health officer, who's also Kristen Reed, the health officer for the County of Mercer, as well as the State Department of Health and the CDC. Recently today, the governor put out additional information on avoiding large gatherings, public gatherings of 250 or more. We've also received advice from medical professionals here in Hamilton to avoid meetings, conferences, closed meetings of 50 persons or more as well. With that, we've also been in touch with other elected officials throughout Mercer County. So, where we are right now. One of the first things we did today, and I want to thank the Hamilton Township St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee. We met with them earlier today, and we were all in agreement that the St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Hamilton is postponed to a time to be determined. We make that decision together and united out of concern and abundance of caution for our first responders who both worked the event and participated in the event, and the thousands of people here in Hamilton and from around Mercer County and this region who attend that event. We made that decision earlier today before the governor put out his guidance, but we follow the governor's advice on that as well, because obviously that parade generates far more than 250 people. I also want to thank, with the parade, Mayor Dave Freed. I know he'll be putting out a statement shortly as well regarding the Robbinsville St. Patrick's Day Parade, and we've been in constant communication, he and I, over this week about what each town is doing, because obviously one town affects the other. We saw the presumptive positive case out of Robbinsville earlier this week, and I know Mayor Freed called me soon after he got that notification to let us know that was coming, so I really appreciate that. What we're doing in terms of other township events. So our State of the Township, which was scheduled for next Thursday, that is postponed indefinitely as well. Obviously, that goes along with following the guidance for both closed and large public gatherings. Our court system is going to be modifying their schedule as well. So in an effort, obviously, to reduce the amount of cases that are held each day, they're going to be lowering the amount of cases that they hear each day, this way to avoid the hundreds of people that generally come through there. With that, for anybody who has to use our court system, we're only asking that the defendant appear, unless absolutely otherwise necessary, so as to avoid more people coming through our court system as possible. Our inspections department for home inspections and construction inspection is currently putting together policies to potentially suspend inspections. There's no order like that at this time, but they have been ordered should they encounter any home or any residence or any business where people are exhibiting signs or symptoms they are to immediately exit the residence or exit the business and reschedule that inspection for as soon as possible. Our senior center has canceled all activities for the time being through at least next week. The senior center itself remains open to seniors. Some seniors still come in order to read a book or watch TV, but in addition to that, we will still be providing meals through the Mercer County Nutrition Program, and seniors can come up to our building. There'll be an employee out in the parking lot who will, through a walkie-talkie system, report into the building, and a meal will be brought out to that senior. So this way no senior has to, if they don't want to, enter our building. Our library board met today. They are canceling all meetings that are going on at the library. Our library is used for a number of organizations and events. They are suspending all those meetings effective immediately. They're also taking more precautions in terms of limiting the number of computers that can be used by people there and potentially modifying their work schedules as well. In terms of other activities, the town was scheduled to have a town hall meeting in one of our neighborhoods, my first as mayor, next Wednesday. That has been indefinitely postponed. The town was scheduled to have an item on our planning board tonight that was thought to generate a large crowd of spectators. That item has been taken off the planning board meeting agenda. And the job fair that was supposed to be in this room on March 31st is also canceled. I want to just take a moment and thank all the residents of Hamilton and all the employees that we have in Hamilton. This is obviously a very scary time for lots of people, again, as we confront an emergency that's both unable to be seen, unable to be touched, unable to be smelled. And the people in Hamilton have acted with nothing but the calmness that they are being advised to by both federal, state, county, and local officials. So our residents are doing a great job. Just as effective, our employees in town are doing a great job. Every day we've been talking with our different department directors. They've been filtering that information down to their employees. Our employees, we put in a procedure yesterday. Any employee who has a doctor's note that may, where a physician feels they may have the coronavirus, they are self-quarantined. Provided they provide us with the doctor's note, they are able to take leave for as ever long as possible without having to use their sick time. We're just allowing them to stay home so that they don't come into work. Finally, our departments are finalizing their continuity of operation plans. We don't know how long this will go on, but obviously we want to assure the residents of Hamilton that their services, their emergency responder, first responder services, our sewer department, all the operations of government will continue, but it may be modified. So with that, we're asking the residents, unless you need to get services from the township, if you don't absolutely need to, please don't come, because we want to keep our residents safe, we want to keep our employees safe, and should employees need to take off for any reason, it'll help us be able to manage the workload in the township. So with that, I'd like to now turn the podium over to Dr. Rocco from the Hamilton School District to explain what's going on with our school district. Dr. Rocco?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Martin. I'd also like to echo the comments by the mayor. I'd like to thank the township, the mayor, the health department, all the first responders. We've been in constant contact with everybody throughout the last 2 weeks, and I thank you and your team for the work that you've been doing, keeping us informed and us keeping you informed. A little bit of information about Hamilton Township Public Schools. We have 11,729 students in 24 buildings, and we have over 1,000 certified staff. With that in mind, my faculty and staff started a little over a week ago preparing for remote learning. What that means is that in the event that we have to cease regular classroom instruction in our schools, we will be able to provide instruction to our students outside of the schools. That remote learning will include 2 areas. The first will be 83% of our student population will be able to do their learning online. So our teachers are preparing for, at this point, 2 weeks worth of lessons of online learning. The other remaining 17% of our students will be able to do learning in a more traditional manner, in which students will be taking home textbooks and activities. Our staff is a very professional staff. I have full confidence in our faculty, our staff, and our administration to make sure that our students are cared for. I'd also like to echo the comments that the mayor said about the actions of the community. Our school community has been wonderful. Our parents have been very responsive and positive to the changes that we've had to make. As of 1:30 this afternoon, I put out notice that all large events, proms, plays, other activities like that will be postponed. And I use the term postponed because it's our intention, should things change in a month or so, to try to reschedule those important events to our students. Besides for that, we will continue regular operation of the school district should we not be able to teach inside of the schools. That means unless we need to close the school for a specific type of cleaning, we will be operating with custodians, maintenance, administration, and some support staff. Staff will be able to work from home or come into the school if they so choose. It will be their option. We've been communicating with the community through various newsletters, various letters, various links to resources like the CDC. That's on our homepage. We are imploring our community to please update their email addresses and their phone numbers in our instant alert systems. We're also asking you to please follow our social media feeds and our website. We expect to keep that updated on a daily basis from this point forward. That will be letters from me, from my senior staff, and from the community at large as necessary. And you can get that right off of our district website at www.hamilton.k12.nj.us. Thank you.
So with that, we'll open it up for questions for anybody here behind the podium.
May I ask Dr. Rocco a question,
Yes.
please? Can you come back up for clarification?
Might as well we'll stand next
I'll just
to each
say
other.
it.
We got a couple for you, since you affect so many people here. So as of right now, I know your teachers are prepped,
Yes.
correct? There is no decision to do the remote learning yet, correct?
There's no decision at this point. We are taking it moment by moment. That's in constant communication with the township and the mayor and the health department. Also, I've been in a number of meetings with the Department of Education, and that is a fluid issue at this point. So no definitive answer at this point.
Have you been instructed as to what point you will shut down by the DOE? Have you been told if it's one case, you go remote, or even somebody who's on the outside?
We've not been told. It's been told to us in collaboration with our Department of Health.
One more from me, I'm sorry. And that is, just can you clarify, you're saying 83 and 17%, and I know
Yes.
there's concern that some kids don't have Wi-Fi.
Correct.
So there's textbooks. Tell me,
How do we get that
can
number?
you clarify, not even that, can you just clarify, will every child be expected to be online, or?
No.
Or is everybody getting textbook work in addition to the online?
So we did a survey with all of our students. We told parents last weekend we would be doing the survey on Monday. 83% of our families are reporting that they have the capability, both a device and Wi-Fi internet at home. 17% of our families are missing one or both. So the 17 will get a more traditional model, and the 83 will get a more online model.
You can actually identify them, that's fine.
Yes,
So
we
17,
can.
That's what,
Yeah.
thanks.
Just a quick question, maybe for Mr. Fitzgerald. Received an email this morning saying one of the nursing homes in town is limiting any type of visitors. Is there any advice for, visiting a sick person or loved one in any of those facilities to protect them or not bring any diseases, especially if you look at Washington State what happened? I think it's individual nursing homes that are making that problem.
Yeah, so obviously, what we've seen so far is seniors and those who have other compromised immune systems are the most susceptible to the coronavirus. And so, just as with our senior center canceling certain activities, limiting the exposure of seniors to each other because of social distancing, I believe it was either the state DOH or the CDC recommended nursing homes and senior care facilities potentially coming up with policies like that. But I think right now it's just on an individual basis, not a dictate.
Okay.
Just a question for Dr. Rocco, just about the schools. So at this time, just classrooms are in session as normal, no school will not have to be closed to clean?
Every night we do extra cleaning. We're doing touch point cleaning at this point. If necessary, we also have additional cleaning that we can do. So that is being done every day. We've been doing that now for about a week, the extra cleaning.
Mayor, how many people do you usually get for the parade?
Thousands. The town does one St. Patrick's Day parade, 2 Memorial Day parades. Other than our Oktoberfest event in October, this is our second largest probably public event.
What was the date of that? I'm sorry,
This Saturday.
It was this Saturday. What time?
It was supposed to kick off 1 o'clock from the Nottingham Firehouse. And again, I want to thank the parade committee. We met with them earlier today, and it was a collaborative decision from both the parade committee and the township to postpone the event. Obviously, like Dr. Rocco said, our hope is, while the situation is fluid, in a few weeks, depending on where it's at, we can maybe meet again and plan for something in the future. So right now, and I can't stress this enough, it's just postponed.
And we see on our way here, the library is open as normal. Only meetings are going to be affected right now?
Right now, they may curtail some hours, but if you need to rent a book or borrow a book, I would say rent a book, but if you want to borrow a book and things like that, that remains open to the public as well. Any other questions? Well, again, we appreciate you all coming out. Obviously, with the school district and the township, we've been working in collaboration with each other, and so I can't thank Dr. Rocco and his staff and the school board enough. Sure.
Are council meetings going to be affected going forward?
That's to be determined. So we spoke with Council President Rick Tye today on that. We're having every department head review the agenda to see whether there's any critical items, time-sensitive items that need to be passed by the council. And so once he gets confirmation of whether there are or not, I know he'll be making a determination whether to proceed. We explored some type of tele-town hall, if you will, or something like that, but the town at this point doesn't have the technology to proceed like that in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act.
And just, Mayor, just real quick, your state of the township office, you're postponing that. Are you considering just releasing a written copy? Like, who knows? We don't know how long this is going to go on. At some point, you do want to obviously report to the residents, the state of the township.
Sure.
So I'm just wondering, like, are you considering possibly just putting out something just a written form of what you would have presented?
I don't think anything's off the table at this point. We're having our legal team review whether or not that state of the township had to be delivered by a certain date. At this point, we don't see that it had to be. And obviously, if this situation is continuing with as much focus in the news and the media as it currently is, any state of the township press release, for lack of a better term, or speech release, would obviously be drowned out by the other important news that's going on. So we're weighing, again, the timing of it too, right? We want to get the information out as broadly as possible to the residents of what's going on in the township, with weighing very equally, if not more important news of what may be going on in this situation as well.
The township business as usual, you got to release the budget soon for council to consider that. Is normal business going to still occur?
Normal business is, normal business is still occurring. We would expect guidance from the state, various departments, right? Whether it's through DCA as it relates to inspections, whether it's from local government services as it relates to budgets, or any number of departments that we have state counterparts on. They're going to, my guess is, be releasing their own guidance on how local municipalities should be operating as well.
For the schools, is spring sports still on? Any changes?
Right now, we're under the same rules we've been on before. We're waiting for NJSIAA to report out to us, and we expect something in the next couple of days.
Okay, I just was wondering if there was going to be any changes or scheduling changes or anything.
They haven't provided anything yet. We're waiting for an update from them.
Okay, thanks.
There's no other questions. Again, just want to thank you all for coming out. Appreciate the time and letting us be able to get this important information out to our residents. So thank you, everybody.